Pet Semetary by Stephen King. I was expecting like a horror, chilly, family thriller horror thing. It is there, but what this is really, this is mostly a family drama. A very intimate family drama. And for most of this book even. Yes, there are elements being put in of the horror that will show up later. It's a family drama that disintegrates into horror. That's what happens. But that's really much later on than you'd expect. And you just get to live with this family and the struggles and the beauty, and you really fall in love with them and see the love between them and just how they go. And still have their fights and they still have their problems, but they are a family and a unit. And then obviously at some point something happens and it dissolves into horror. But you care so much about this family that when stuff starts going wrong, it just hits so hard. The way Stephen King constructed this, brilliant. There are some grisly scenes in here. It's not the grisly stuff I've read, but there are the horrors of what can happen to people and what we are willing to do when the worst starts happening. King's characters, the family is such a great group of people that you get so intimately, and the friends close to the family. I swear, Judd and his wife, who are the neighbors across the street. Love them. But also Judd and Stephen, the way King puts on all these little things that will pay off and like build. Jane Austen also used to do this, and it's strange to have King and Jane Austen, but there's a very natural feel to the progression of their stories and their characters, and like every little thing comes around or has a purpose, and it's exploited in every way that it can be, and you gotta love it. If I have one complaint, and I don't say there's one part in this thing that I feel like it feels long. It feels like that takes way longer than it should. But I also understand why it takes long, because it keeps building the suspense for this thing so much more than you can think. But you're like, okay, but it's definitely gonna work. But Stephen does a great job in thinking, yeah, no, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna happen. And just going into this thing, how difficult it is. So it's like the thing that bothered me, I think was meant to bother me. I can't even blame that. When it blows up, it blows up completely. And when the horror starts happening, there are scenes here that really freaked me out. King has some descriptions here that's so vivid and that I could see so clearly in my mind's eye, and it's like, hey, that thing's gonna show up in my nightmares. I know that thing will eventually start showing up in my nightmares, and I did not need that in my life. But it's really the emotional punch that this thing hits that makes it so brilliant. It's really a part one and a part two. And the part one got you so invested in these people that when the part two and the thing happens, and then it's just to see it all fall apart and disintegrate and just getting worse and worse. There's scenes that maybe you stay, it's not like in even the supernatural or any of the strange stuff. It's often like in the things between two characters and just the degeneration and explosion and things just going bad. There's especially one where two people that you would not expect to start a fight you would expect it as well. But you wouldn't think that would be the place it happens. And the way it happens, yeah, when things go bad, they go real bad. Well worth the read. If you go in just expecting horror, no, the horror will come, but it's a family drama at its heart. And that is what makes it so unique and so poignant even. Is it my favorite Stephen King book I've read so far? No. Is it maybe the most emotionally gut punchy and the most emotionally resonant one? Probably. This is a wonderful, amazing.